What's going on, guys? Justin Fuller here with TrueSpot and the TrueSpot platform, and I just want to talk to you about key and car location. That's where we're going to be out at NADA doing, so if you happen to be heading that way, I hope that you'll stop by booth 1609W, as in, where are my keys in my cars, so we can talk about that. We've got a couple different things that we offer as far as tracking keys and cars to your sales department. Being able to see them from a phone, right? Being able to track your cars and keys through your service department, and then of course, recon. I want to know where those bottlenecks are. I want my cars to be able to automatically check themselves into each step so my staff doesn't have to. All these different things that we can do and more. Let's hop on in and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so here we are on the app, right? So I'm mirroring my iPhone so you can see exactly what's going on here, and I want to show you what it looks like for anyone to run a search who needs to find keys and find cars quickly. So on there, all I got to do is hit the find a key and find a car button. So I'm gonna go ahead and select that. From there, type in a stock number, a VIN, a partial. I could search by year, make, and model. A lot of different ways I could search. For the sake of this, though, we're gonna search out this 2013 Audi A5. I select on it, it immediately pulls up and shows me where's the car at, and then tells me where it's at. It's in the south lot, it's in the middle south, right? So it's telling me on the screen. Hit the next button, it jumps over to the key, and now it's gonna show me where the key is at and tell me. Not only is the key showing to be in the building, but it says showroom level 1 in their key track system as we speak. So as a salesperson, I immediately know keys in the key track, car sitting out back. So it's that easy to run a search to see a key in a car. So let's hop over to the desktop dashboard real quick, and I'll show you how you can use it to see all the keys at once, all the cars at once, and a couple other really cool things. So let's hop into that. All right, guys, so here we are on the desktop dashboard. I want to show you a couple things real quick here. First off, see up top at the left, I can see all the keys and cars that have been tagged, and then I can see the total counts. So if I want to see how many pre-owned keys we haven't tagged yet, well, boom, I can click on that and it spits me on a list of the keys that haven't been tagged yet. How we do it, we integrate with your inventory feed, right? What if I could do you one better? Hey, I want to see all my vehicles that haven't been seen on the lot in the last 24 hours. Boom, I just spit out a list of a vehicle that left the lot, never made it back in and entered our geofence area, so I can immediately check to make sure that we have loaner paperwork, or I know that potentially this is something that might be an issue of theft. If it is, I highly suggest that you use our motion sensing tags that we offer to prevent theft, so if it moves in the middle of the night, you can get those notifications. Well, let me take it even one step further. I want to see all my cars that are, I don't know, 60 to 89 days old. Boom, I click on that, turned it onto my pins. I can see every old age unit that I have sitting out on the lot. So now I can start figuring out, well, why aren't they selling? Well, maybe it's because it's back here in the bullpen. It's not up in the retail area so that people can see it to buy it, right? I can start looking at old age units. Hey, over here on the left, I could run a search for all of a certain type of car. So if I'm a Ford dealership, show me all my F-150s. Why are they spread out? Why are they not all nice and tight on the lot? As an inventory manager, I just made your life a lot easier so that you can manage the inventory, make sure the lot is nice and tight and organized. I'll take it even further. Hey, let's switch over, and I'm going to get rid of this and jump to keys. I want to look at all of the keys that the dealership has to offer. So at the end of a night, if I pull this up, I can see every single key that we have, and I can go, hey, if there's still keys out here on the lot, what does that mean? Well, potentially that means that the key has been left in a car or was dropped on the lot while somebody was doing something. I have now managed to look at every single asset I have as far as key-wise at my dealership in seconds. I can make sure that we're not losing keys. It's that easy, guys. So let's hop over to the hardware and I'll show you what that looks like real quick. All right, guys, so you saw what the dashboard looks like. Now I want to talk to you about the hardware that we're using to track the keys in cars as they float around. So key-wise, I'm using this small, it's about the size of a quarter, got a QR code on the back so you can scan it and connect it to those stock numbers. For your cars, I have two different tags, of course. You saw the motion sensing ones that I talked about earlier in the standard tag. So as far as tracking your cars, just throw it around the rearview mirror and you're good to go. Now, if you're moving over to the service side of things and you want to track vehicles to your fixed ops department, I got something for that too. I've got these hang tags that we can correlate with your ticketing system that have tracking tags in them. We can customize this so that you can track those vehicles based off of that ticket number that you have with them. And then for the keys, simple thing, same thing. I've got your ticketing number right here, along with a tag, or excuse me, to track it, and then carabiner that you hook onto that keys. So when they pull into the drive, you simply throw this on the keys, throw this around the rearview mirror, and boom, we're now tracking. So let's hop into the phone app. I'll show you what it looks like to run a search if you're tracking your keys in your cars in service. All right, guys, so you want to see what a quick search looks like when I'm using the service tool, our fixed ops tracking, to find that specific ticketing number that we talked about earlier, something to this nature. If I'm looking for 151, well, let me show you. I go to find a key and find a car. From here, I would just simply type in that number that I want to search, right? So for the sake of this, I'm going to jump down here to maybe this last one, right? 00007, and I'm going to select that one. From there, it's going to pull it up. Same thing, guys. Now on the fixed ops side, it's showing me where the car is at. It's in the old base parking over by the body shop fence. I click next. It takes me to the key. Hey, the key is in the garage on level 1 with the service keys. I quickly, as a service tech, as a lot porter, anybody, what if a customer comes back in and they left something in the car and they need to get it out? Well, I need to know where the key's at and where the car's at so I can get it out for them, right? Or pull it around so that they can grab their belongings. Boom, it was that easy. I can see where the keys are at, jump over, I can see where the cars are at. Now I can get this vehicle either pulled up if the person's ready to pick up their vehicle, or I can get their belongings out, or if I just need to work on the car, I can get to it that quick. So with that said, now let's jump over to Recon so we can talk about what it looks like if I want to track my vehicles as they move through each step of the process and how our tracking tags can help you. All right, guys, so here we are on the Recon dashboard, and I want to walk you through a couple things. So over here on the left side, the first thing you'll notice is that I have 318 in blue up here, and that's letting me know how many cars are running through my Recon process as we speak. Now, I can look down this list and see all the different steps that I've created, custom to your store, depending on what you have, and then how many cars live in it. Now, in the yellow, it'll show me any vehicles that are exceeding the total amount of allocated Recon time I've set up for my store, and then in red, I can see exceeding the amount of time I've allocated for a particular step. So for the sake of here, I'm in mechanical work. I can see the 8 vehicles that live in mechanical work, and knowing that I have 3 that exceed the total amount of time allocated, and 2 that exceed the amount of time I've allocated for this step. So why is that going on? Well, maybe I want to click into a car, right? Maybe there's a message right here. There's a note, there's a photo of something that we need to get taken care of, and a reason for it. Not only can I add something there, I can tag a person. So if I'm waiting for them to do something, or if I'm waiting for them to approve or disapprove a ticket, which is what's next door, I can set them up to receive an alert on that. Now, next door over here, you're going to see, I can see what I have the car listed for, I can see what I bought the car for, and then I can see what all my current tickets add up to on this specific vehicle. Now, while we're talking about tickets, I want to remind you that we integrate with CDK. So if you want to create that RO and push it into our system, fantastic, it'll do that. Want to create that RO here and push it over to CDK? We can do that as well. You have that RO already open and you need to add those extra line items to it. Guess what? They'll show up here as well. So we can keep adding and doing whatever we need to do to get this car retail ready. Now, not only is it showing you those recon costs, but it's also showing you your margin. So what does that total margin add up to? And as a percentage, what does that look like, right? Now, if I'm the service tech, if I'm the guy who's working on these cars, well, where can I see my jobs? I'll simply go up to my jobs. I'll be able to see anything that's been allocated to me to work on. Hey, guess what? If I add a job to this as someone's supervisor, it's going to send them an alert so they can receive that push notification to know that, hey, you just got a new job that you need to start taking care of. So not sitting around waiting for work. They'll know that they have jobs that they can work on and when something new comes in. Well, let's talk about overall process. How can I look at the entire dealership and see how we're doing? Well, why don't you just go to the ops summary? I can look at this and see, hey, down here in the bottom right, hey, how long am I compared to last month as far as average time in step, right? I want to know how I'm doing. Well, I can look at that comparison. Over to the left, I can look at total recon time. How long are cars staying in recon this month compared to last month? If I jump up top here, I got my vendor margins. So if I'm using paintless dent repair, if I'm using body shop guys, if I'm using a wheel and tire guy, I can start looking at what I'm spending compared to last month, so I can really start to understand this. Now, with all of that said, I want to remind you a couple things. Our vehicles check themselves in and out of each step. So when I'm here, I don't have to come into a specific step, go into a specific car as a tech, and move it to the next step. No, don't have to mess with that. Why, guys? Because our tags will automatically move them in and out of each step. Now, how we're doing that, I can show you. So if I come down to the Maps tab here in the very bottom, it's going to show me all those geofenced areas. So as it comes into one and leaves the next, it's going to automatically check it into that step. Now, can I still manually move it to the next step? Absolutely, I can. But not only is it going to move it into each step, but on this map here, it's showing me and telling me where the key in the car is at. So much like you saw on some of the back screens, I can see where those keys and cars are located. I can look at it right out of this same screen if I want. So it's going to make all of your staff more efficient, allow you to see where those bottlenecks are in your process, and start turning your inventory faster. All right, guys, so hopefully that gives you a good understanding of what the TrueSpot platform has to offer. Whether I'm tracking keys and cars through my sales department, maybe I want to track those keys and cars as they move through my service department, right? I just want to have a general access to see my vehicles as they move through each step of my recon process, allow them to check themselves in and out, and then know where those bottlenecks are. How can I turn my inventory faster? And on top of that, all along, allowing all of my staff to be able to pull up a phone, pull up a desktop dashboard, and see where keys or cars are at, right? Manage those assets at the end of the night, all these different things that you can use for the TrueSpot platform. So if you want to set up a demo, I'm going to throw all of my contact info up, along with a place where you can schedule a demo, whether it be before NADA or at NADA, in the description and at the end of this screen. So feel free to reach out, give me a call, text, email, set up a demo. Let's talk about your store. Let's get you some pricing and a better understanding of what we have to offer.